Okay, are you ready for these magic synchronicities? It's funny because my therapist was just saying that this island is like a vortex, like just magical. And I told her about the guys with the walking sticks. So I'm down there on the beach. I was like, well, rested a little bit. I was like, I should probably like head up. I don't have water. So I go to head back up, and there's a seal. And so I went and got some pictures of this seal, which I'll have to share. And so cool, just like up on the beach chilling, like just so cool. It was really green. It was interesting. I get my stuff, and there's like a group kind of like heading back up, but there was like a couple of like older people, and then there was like another few people heading up, and so I kind of let them go because I knew I was going to be slow. And I did not wear the dress on the way up. I just wore my bathing suit. Much easier to walk in, to hike in. And then I carried my shoes partway, and then I put them on once I was like over some of the rock part, but I figured my feet would have more grip than my shoes on the rocks. So I'm climbing up, and I see the older couple like ahead of me, and then they stopped the guy for him to fix his shoe, and I noticed she had a walking stick too, just, you know. So then I walked by them, and then I needed a little breather, so I went off to the side, and I was like, I'm gonna let you guys go. I need a little breather. And the guy said something about like carrying extra baggage, and I was like, yeah, just a little. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, so I was like 130, maybe 135, like before I started working out with Trevor. And then before I got pregnant, I was up to 140, maybe 145, maybe just 140. And I can't remember, but I gained 10 pounds just when I started working out with him in muscle, which probably would have dropped off at some point. But then I got pregnant, and the weight just kind of stayed. I was like, okay. So now I'm up to like almost 160. I think it was 165 last time I checked. So I'm like, man, I've got an extra 25, 30 pounds on me. Like, that's actually a decent amount. That's like how much a pack can weigh, if you pack light, like on the lighter side. Like usually packs are like around 30. They can, weigh more depending on how much you put in it. But so I'm like, man, I'm like basically like backpacking right now, like I've got like a pack on me of weight. And so the older couple's now like in front of me, and I can see them kind of like stop a little, and I was like, okay. And the woman goes, I feel like I should keep an eye on you. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, I will take it, I appreciate it, thank you. And I said, I told her that I promised my therapist that I wouldn't do any solo hiking and adventuring while I'm here, like I'm known to do, because she said she remembers when she goes, yeah, I remember when I was pregnant and I tripped, I think she said she tripped and fell. She's like, so I feel like I should, keep an eye on you. I was like, thank you, I appreciate it, like I'll gladly take it. And I said, yeah, I promised, her that I wouldn't do any solo hiking and adventuring while I was here. And I said, this is my first time doing this trail down to the beach, and I didn't realize how long it was, and I didn't realize like just like the terrain. She goes, yeah, we did that the first time too. And I said, yeah, I was like, luckily on the way down, these guys gave me their walking stick, which was really nice and came in handy. And she goes, oh yeah, those must have been the same guys. They said that another lady had the other stick, and I was like, oh, no way, how cute. I was like, they gave you the other one? She's like, yeah. And she said, yeah, they said just drop it off by the barbecue pits. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, then I can put mine with yours. And I was like, they just said drop it wherever. So, I was like, oh my gosh, like, talk about how synchronistic. Like, this island, like, Kauai is seriously, truly, like, vortex synchronistic magic. Like, what are the odds that on my way down there hiking in inappropriate footwear and clothing that I run into guys to give me a walking stick? And then on the way back up, that I run into the woman that they gave the other walking stick to, who decided to stay and wait and make sure that I'm okay for the hike. Like, oh my gosh, just all the magic, all the love. That is like truly when I think about, because sometimes I do get stuck in like physical being support. But then I look at it and I'm like, no, there is something so much more powerful out there that loves me and is watching over me and is taking care of me. Like, making sure that I'm supported on the way down and that I have like love and support on the way back up. I don't even know how long the trail is. I'm gonna have to look it up and see. But it was longer than I thought. And thank goodness it's always seemed shorter on the way back up than on the way down. But I did have to stop and take like one breather on the way back up. And it was just, I don't know, just the magic. And that's truly how I know, like, the universe, when I say that, like, there is something higher out there that is watching over me and taking care of me. And so I was talking to them a little bit, mostly the wife, Debbie, and her husband, Mark, and their kids are 35 and 32, I think she said. And she said she visited here when she was 6 months pregnant with her second one. I was like, oh, look at that. Like, how perfect. And she said, is this your first? And I said, no, it's actually my third. And she said, oh, so are your other ones here too? I said, no, they're at home with their dad. She's like, oh, so you're getting a little break then before your third. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is like my solo baby moon before. And I was like, that's okay. They don't need to know like all the whole life story of the fact that like, oh yeah, there's baby daddies, like baby's daddy number one. And they're just with him for the week because we share custody. And then there is no current baby daddy number two in the picture. But, you know, it's not that long of a hike to get into it. But it was just really cute. And this is my baby moon before this little one arrives. So, I needed to share that and the magic that is this island. All right. I love you. Happy Sunday. Happy magical Sunday.